Hello everyone, it's Nena. Once again, Foxy Mama 365. We're here with the review from The Real Housewives of New Jersey, Season 9, Episode 10. So we kick off again with Jennifer and her kids, and she's getting ready for her trip to Turkey, and she's having a conversation with Dr. Bill, her husband, and she's telling him about the article that Jackie wrote in the paper talking about when kids get everything and how they turn out, and she thinks Jackie was being shady by putting the article out. She kind of felt, oh, I opened my home to you, I got bouncy castles into the house for the kids, I entertained you guys, and then you leave and start talking shit about me in the paper. Even though Jackie didn't put her name in the paper, but it was obviously talking about her. So, surprise, surprise, her husband, Dr. Bill, actually thinks it's true, you know, that there's really nothing wrong with what she said, that, you know, you can't give your kids everything. I guess sometimes when we grow up with little or nothing, we try to overcompensate and give our kids everything, and that kind of makes them not appreciative of life and life's realities. So I don't know, I think you can read it both ways. You can see it as, okay, they might still turn out good, they will still turn out good, you know, because they have values and it's not the things that matter. Sometimes you can give your kids things and still instill the values into them. So long as she's doing that, that's really all that matters. Moving right along, we see also where we have Frankie and Dolores are going to see their new house with all of them, with their kid Frank, and they're talking about this being an investment, and Dolores is somewhat upset that Frankie seems to try to control her or not take her seriously when she says she wants something, and he's kind of like, no, do it my way. And she's like, hey, I'm an independent woman, I can do what I want to do, and you still have to respect my views. So their relationship is kind of funny and weird, being that they've been apart but they still, you know, do a lot of stuff together. It works for them. Who are we to judge or say, oh no? So we see they're taking a tour through the house, and then Dolores is telling Frank about her charity event that she's hosting for the ladies from the shelter, and she's going to have a spa for them, and they're going to get massages and have their nails done, which is kind of neat and kind of nice, yeah. And then we see little Frankie we see big Frankie advising little Frankie to stay away from women and boats and fast things, to kind of like, you know, spend your money wisely, save and stuff like that. And then he's like, yeah, I got that, you know, and he kind of backs his mom up and he's saying, yeah, you know, I wish you had treated my mom better. And he's asking his mom, how did she deal with all of that? And she's like, yep, she was raising you, I was raising you and doing a good job raising you and your sister, while your dad was whoring and boating, and he would literally pass the front of the house. I thought that was like, ugh, too much. Next, we move on to Teresa and Jackie meeting up to have a conversation. I really love the fact that Jackie is standing up for herself and not going to let herself get bullied by Teresa. You know, she's like, oh, why would you think it's okay to yell at me? You can get your point across without raising your voice and yelling at me. And Teresa was like, well, you've only been here for 5 minutes, and if you want to be here for another 5 or make it up to 10 minutes, then you better be careful, because you don't know me, you don't know my family. And Jackie felt that was a threat. Now Teresa says, no, that wasn't a threat. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, usually when you say to someone, is that a threat? And the person says no, the no might mean no, it's a promise. So I was like, Anyway, Jackie and Teresa are able to like come to mutual ground. Jackie apologizes for the statement, being that the statement being, oh, if your husband was here, or if you could control your husband, he won't be in jail. And Teresa kind of felt, oh, that was, you know, like hitting me at a low point when I'm down. I'm actually going through it right now, so you don't need to tell me that. My kids are also going through it. So Jackie apologizes for that, and they hopefully they've mended this fence and we won't hear anything about this again. So, but Teresa says, okay, I accept your apology, but then strike two. I'm going to be keeping my good eye on you. So back again to Frank and Teresa, they're out training. Teresa is actually getting some help from Big Frank. He's training her, being that she doesn't want to go drive a distance to meet with her trainer. And he's trying to help her, and she's not sure if her husband will approve of this. Well, it's rather late. She's doing it, and hopefully all the best with the competition. I hope she wins. But she's got to lose 12 pounds. I envy this. So they get into the training. Now we take us all the way to Turkey with Jennifer. Is meeting with her family. She hasn't been there in over 6 to 7 years. And they're happy to see her. She's in the old family house. She's also meeting with the bride and her cousins. And yeah, that's kind of fun after so many years. And then we see, let's see. Then we go over to Georgies with his wife and the kids. They're having another birthday party or celebration for their kid. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this must be like 3 birthday parties for this kid. Well, it's kind of nice. If they can afford it, good for them. Now we get to the shelter and the charity event. And they have goodie bags for them. They have the nail polish. They have the nail polishes all set out. It looks really, really excellent. The event manager did a great job. It looked really beautiful. And then we have Margaret has done some goodie bags for the ladies, which is kind of nice. And then she says, oh, you gotta check the bag for the maids. And I'm like, huh? Who says that? What? You're gonna check your... If you don't trust people in your home, then you shouldn't be hiring. They shouldn't be in your home. If you're going to be checking their bags, I think it was a statement made by Jennifer where she said she had to check their bags to make sure they weren't stealing her stuff. No, you can't live your life. You have to live your life based off trust. And if you don't trust people with little things, then how can you even trust your kids with them? You know, I thought that was really weird. Then they go back to talking about Danielle's wedding, and Marge is saying, oh, how can you be talking about someone's kids, especially if you're going to be married to them? And I totally get that, because I'm like, it just seemed really odd. Danielle has kind of shown that she didn't really care or wasn't looking to try to, you know, build a relationship with them. And Marge is saying, hey, look, you know what, after the wedding, I literally said, I'm done with this friendship. And Dolores was right, because Dolores had warned her and said, hey, this is how Danielle is, so be prepared. And she's like, Dolores was literally right, and I'm not doing this again, you know. And then of course she also makes a comment about, you know, old milk. Talking about, it refers to Jennifer being all the way in Turkey and her brother not really being an old, you know, groom getting married to a younger lady, and she's like, oh, this is like getting old milk. And Teresa, they're like, oh, that's not a good comment to talk about. Then we go to we're back in Turkey again, and then I do hate one thing that we do back in you know, traditional settings, where when a couple get married, people expect the babies to come. They start putting pressure on couples. I've always hated that. I think it's very unfair, because especially for the woman, you start mounting pressure and expecting her to get pregnant right away. And I'm like, why do people do that? I think it's so wrong. Let the couple enjoy themselves. Let them... You usually see that in traditional settings, you know, because we had Jennifer telling her brother and his bride to be, oh, when are the babies coming? And I'm like, no. And then I also wanted to ask, what do you guys think about, there are 2 schools of thought. People that, you know, get to date for a long time, they court for a long time, and they get married, and their marriages still break up. And then you also have the old school where people get introduced and they don't really know each other, but then they start living together, and you see those marriages walking for 50, 40 years. I wonder, is there a secret to it, or because this used to happen in my parents' time. Well, not my parents, maybe the generation before them, where they were just introduced and the families knew each other and they were like, okay, betrothed to each other, and then they got married. And I'm thinking, most of the time those marriages last, not all the time, but most in general, where the women just more resilient. What do you guys think? I really want to hear what you guys think about that. So guys, thank you for watching. Watch out for the next episodes. Episode 10 and 11, I believe, are coming up soon. Alright guys, have fun. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, be sure to share, be sure to like and leave your comments down below. Have fun.